Learning Delivery Modalities or LDM course for teachers. Practicum Portfolio Lack Guide. In the last LDM pre-implementation module, you have learned that a portfolio is a tool that can be used to record and reflect on one's learning progress. In the LDM course, the Practicum Portfolio you have been building enables you to make connections between the module-based learning experiences and how these help you in doing your actual task. Artifacts, or what we commonly refer to as means of verification or MOV. It captures this progress and provides evidence that you have been applying in the workplace what you have learned in the modules. This kind of integrative learning contributes to having more personalized, relevant, and meaningful professional development experience. This supplemental guide aims to help you identify the essential artifacts in your LDM Practicum Portfolio. The LDM Practicum Portfolio artifacts fall into two categories: required and self-selected. Required artifacts, these are the artifacts that you have to include in the portfolio, as it covers the standard work that you do in the LDMs. Self-selected artifacts are those that you might consider having in your portfolio to satisfy the criteria used in assessing it. Here is now the LDM Practicum Portfolio contents. The first column lists the artifacts that are aligned to the daily outputs that you can create during the course of the year. Second column describes the artifact to be collected. Third column indicates the professional standards that are met by the respective output. Take note, this provides information into how LDM outputs aligned with the school year 2020-2021 RPMS portfolio, which can guide you in determining which outputs you can include in your IPCRF. There could be other strands in which the artifacts may contribute to their attainment but are not indicated in the table. LDM Artifact. Individual Learning Monitoring Plans. These are the intervention plans. Remarks. You may include 2 to 3 ILMPs to show the improvements you made in creating ILMPs. Highlight in the annotation. Compare the parts of the ILMPs in which you made adjustment. The ILMPs could be for the same student or for different learners. And the PPSC strand 3.1, learners, genders, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. The next required artifact is the lesson plan. Any form of lesson plan. It can be DLP, DLL, weekly home learning plan, WLP, WLL, or lesson exemplars. You may include 2 to 3 lesson plans from different quarters to show the improvement you made in creating them. In the annotation, highlight compare the parts of the lesson plans in which you made adjustments. You may cover the following: competencies, learning objectives, performance tasks, learning outputs. For PPSC strand 3.4, learners in difficult circumstances, 4.1, planning and management of teaching and learning process, 4.2, learning outcomes aligned with learning competencies, and 5.1, design, selection, organization, and utilization of assessment strategies. Teacher-made modified learning resources. You may include any of the following learning resources. If you are having MDL or modular distance learning, you need 2 to 3 sample modules. For ODL or online distance learning, screenshots of 2 to 3 online lessons, presentations, quizzes using collaborative technology like Google Classroom. In the annotation, highlight, compare the parts of the learning resources you made adjustment. And for the PPST 4.5, teaching and learning resources including ICT. Certificates of participation in any professional development activities. You may include certificates received from 2 to 3 professional development activities. In the annotation, you need briefly explain whether these were part or not part of your original PD goals based in your development plan, and how you applied what you have learned in your work as a teacher. 7.3 Professional links with colleagues, and 7.5 Professional development goals. Last for the required is the reflective summary. This reflective summary or essay should answer the question, do you feel that this collection of work really reflects your abilities and what you have achieved in year through the LDM course? Why or why not? Your reflections should describe your personal experience in implementing distance learning or LDM. Shows depth of analysis and synthesis of this experience and relate it to professional standards and to your professional and personal development goals. For PPSC strand, 7.4 Professional reflection on learning to improve practice. Self-selected. These are artifacts aligned to the implementation of special curricula or programs. May also be included as self-selected artifacts in the LDM Portfolio or Practicum Portfolio. The same thing, we have 3 columns. The first one is the LDM artifact. MOVs on engaging learners for their progress and achievement. You may include photo documentation of conversation through chat, text, video conference about class requirements. Notes or message as feedback to their submitted output like activity sheets, SLMs, portfolio. Online kumustahan, consultation sessions with learners. You need to blur the names and photos of your students or even parents or guardian to protect their privacy. For PPST strand, 5.2 and 5.3. MOVs on professional engagement with colleagues. You may include photo documentation of socially distanced, in-person, online, synchronous, through LAC sessions, LDM-related LAC chats, through text messenger, text, Viber, personal messages, faculty meetings, in-service trainings. For PPST 7.3, Professional links with colleagues. MOVs on engaging key stakeholders in the teaching learning process. Photo documentation of conversation with parents, guardians through chat, text, video conference, parents dropping off modules at designated school boxes. But you need to blur names and photos of parents, guardians to protect their privacy. For PPST, communication of learners' needs, progress, and achievement to key stakeholders, that is under 5.4, and engagement of parents and wider school community in the educative process. This is not an exhaustive list, meaning you may add artifacts from your work that better illustrates your learning and application of the course. Use the Practicum Portfolio rubric to guide your artifact selection. The LDM Practicum Portfolio can be submitted in either printed or digital form. Digital submission may be collected in a slide deck, Google Slides, or PowerPoint, stored in a folder or other digital forms that your SDO may provide. A digital or electronic submission is encouraged to reduce physical contact during the pandemic and is portfolio management. Printed submissions may be compiled in a folder or envelope. The following elements are also have to be included in your portfolio: cover or title page, table of contents included after the title page or cover page to help readers navigate the portfolio, and short annotations. It means that highlight the demonstration of progress in the implementation of the LDM and the information on the relevant strands in which the artifacts contribute to. Here is the sample portfolio page layout. Name of artifact, PPSC strand, image, and your annotation. Presentation. Evaluators may hold a Practicum Portfolio conference with each LDM participant, where he or she presents his or her outputs and reflection. Evaluators are also encouraged to facilitate a conversation on what the presenter has just shared. This individual portfolio presentation conference may take 20 to 30 minutes. It could be done virtually or in person, subject to the guidelines issued by the local government unit. Synthesis questions that you can use for your reflective summary.